Wednesday the 23rd of August, 2023. First reading from the book of Judges. All the leading men of Shechem and all Beth Millo gathered, and proclaimed Abimelech king by the terebinth of the pillar at Shechem. News of this was brought to Jotham. He came and stood on the top of Mount Gerizim, and shouted aloud for them to hear. Hear me, leaders of Shechem, that God may also hear you. One day the trees went out, to anoint a king to rule over them. They said to the olive tree, Thou art king. The olive tree answered them, Must I forgo my oil, which gives honor to gods and men, to stand swaying above the trees? Then the trees said to the fig tree, Come now, you be our king. The fig tree answered them, Must I forgo my sweetness, forgo my excellent fruit, to stand swaying above the trees? Then the trees said to the vine, Come now, you be our king. The vine answered them, Must I forgo my wine, which cheers the heart of gods and men, to stand swaying above the trees? Then all the trees said to the thorn bush, Come now, you be our king. And the thorn bush answered the trees, If in all good faith you anoint me king to reign over you, then come and shelter in my shade. If not, fire will come from the thorn bush, and devour the cedars of Lebanon. Responsorial Psalm. O Lord, your strength gives joy to the king. O Lord, your strength gives joy to the king. How your saving help makes him glad. You have granted him his heart's desire. You have not refused the prayer of his lips. O Lord, your strength gives joy to the king. You came to meet him with the blessings of success. You have set on his head a crown of pure gold. He asked you for life, and this you have given, days that will last from age to age. O Lord, your strength gives joy to the king. Your saving help has given him glory. You have laid upon him majesty and splendor. You have granted your blessings to him forever. You have made him rejoice with the joy of your presence. O Lord, your strength gives joy to the king. Gospel acclamation. Alleluia, alleluia. Let your face shine on your servant, and teach me your decrees. Alleluia. Gospel. Reading from the book of Matthew. Jesus said to his disciples, The kingdom of heaven is like a landowner going out at daybreak to hire workers for his vineyard. He made an agreement with the workers for 1 denarius a day, and sent them to his vineyard. Going out at about the 3rd hour, he saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and said to them, You go to my vineyard too, and I will give you a fair wage. So they went. At about the 6th hour, and again at about the 9th hour, he went out and did the same. Then at about the 11th hour he went out and found more men standing round, and he said to them, Why have you been standing here idle all day? Because no one has hired us, they answered. He said to them, You go into my vineyard too. In the evening the owner of the vineyard said to his bailiff, Call the workers and pay them their wages, starting with the last arrivals and ending with the first. So those who were hired at about the 11th hour came forward and received 1 denarius each. When the first came, they expected to get more, but they too received 1 denarius each. They took it, but grumbled at the landowner. The men who came last, they said, have done only 1 hour, and you have treated them the same as us, though we have done a heavy day's work in all the heat. He answered one of them and said, My friend, I am not being unjust to you. Did we not agree on 1 denarius? Take your earnings and go. I choose to pay the last comer as much as I pay you. Have I no right to do what I like with my own? Why be envious because I am generous? Thus the last will be first, and the first last. Gospel of the Lord.